love the sharks behind you. Very ominous.
I know, it's my pets.
Just want to jump right into that. I feel like there's a Jaws influence beyond the obvious. Your character reminds me of elements of the characters from Jaws, Quint. I'm wondering if that movie and Quint and his insanity played into some of this unique characterization for this character.
I mean, not really. Not really, to be honest. I didn't really reach. I kind of actually resisted the urge to invest too much time into like the shark genre in kind of informing this character. I was like, you know, it's one of those things that feels like it might be an obvious move. And I think sometimes that stuff can be a little dangerous. It's just like, you know, I leave that shit up to Sean and like the way that, you know, if there's going to be like kind of winks to the genre and things that are like pulled in or dropped off and left totally by the wayside. For me, the responsibility was actually to try and create something unique. And sometimes I feel like for actors with influences from other films, you can start to trap yourself into like either trying to put something on screen or equally like running away from it. And that can just get a little either prescriptive or like restrictive.
Yeah.
So I actually didn't do any like shark film inspiration at all. I kind of like went, okay, here's what we're playing with. La 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 la, and I'll let the influences take care of themselves.
Well, you definitely created something very unique. I've never seen this guy before.
Well, I mean,
curious.
Thank you. It's certainly something I haven't played with before.
Yeah, you have, even though it's interesting to hear you talk about that because you have been in a number of really big franchises that come with a lot of the weight. And I'm curious with DC kind of bubbling around, if you have thoughts about Captain Boomerang or you think about returning to something like the DC universe ever.
I mean, I don't really think about it, but you know, it's one of those things, man. Those big creative decisions get made by people much smarter than I. If that was ever something to happen, of course I'd be there. But
yeah,
I don't think there's any plans to see him anytime soon.
What about? Can you tell me a little bit about War Machine, because the premise seems so cool. And it's you and Alan Ritchson, and I'm curious what you know. What like I talked to Quaid about it a little bit, and he said it was going to be awesome, and it just sounds like something.
Yeah, I'm hearing really great things. I think people are really excited about it. I mean, it's, you know, kind of high concept. It's really a survival thriller, and I mean, look, I'm as curious as you are. I can't wait to see what they did with it. It was awesome to go down and shoot a film of that scale in Australia, and I think what Patrick Hughes is trying to do there and bringing those kind of blockbuster-esque, high concept action films into the Aussie industry is really cool. So
that's awesome.
I'm pumped.
Okay, one more question about this one then before we wrap. Do you have any sympathy for this guy, for Tucker? Or did you, like, how did you, like, because he's so sick, but there's a humanity in him, I think, a little bit. Like, absolute
humanity. I mean, that's really like the place that you have to jump from, I think, when you're taking on a role like this. And I got to find some empathy in there somewhere in order to give him a chance at coming across as human. Obviously, his intentions are a little questionable, but I do think that comes from a wound, a deep kind of, maybe like some kind of arrested development where somewhere in his life he's gotten kind of stuck into this place, and that's where these ideas stem from, where this crusade that he's on. I think that all has to feel truthful, at least to me, and that's the best shot I can give him, is coming across as a kind of a balanced character. Is he a balanced person? No, but but my job is to inject him with some humanity, and hopefully that reads.
I gotta say, man, you are just so fun to watch on screen always. So I really appreciate the time to talk, and you did a great job on this. So
I appreciate that. Cheers, man.